Good morning, everyone. I am Srivalli Uma Maheshwari from Sri Durga Malleswara Siddhartha Mahila Kalashala. Today, we are conducting a student talk on behalf of Society for Learning Technologies and Siddhartha Mahila Kalashala. Today, my friend Iswariya is going to take a session on vacation planner application. Now, I am handovering the session to Iswariya. Thank you.
Thank you, Srivalli Uma Maheshwari. Good morning, everyone. My name is Iswariya. I'm currently pursuing my degree final year in Sri Durga Malleswara Siddhartha Mahila Kalashala. So today I would like to take a session on behalf of Society for Learning Technologies and Siddhartha Mahila Kalashala. Today the discussion is about my project vacation planner, which I have developed using front-end and back-end. Before starting this, I would like you to get a clear view on API. We know that API stands for Application Programming Interface. API is a set of rules that allows different software applications to communicate with each other. It defines the methods and data formats that applications can use to request and exchange information, enabling developers to integrate and utilize functionalities from other services or platforms easily. In general words, we say API acts like an intermediary so that one can make a request to another and receive responses. By this, we can understand client-server architecture more easily. Here, the client is the one who sends request to the server, and the server is the one gives responses to the client. The server always communicates with the database and retrieves the data from database which is requested by the client. We consider client as a front end and server as a back end. The vacation planner is designed to help travelers to plan their vacations efficiently. It allows travelers to search for destinations, to create itineraries, and manage budgets all in one place. First of all, I'll show you the home page. Excuse me. I'll open this with the live server. This is the home page. This is the home page. And firstly, the admin should get registered and log in to create any vacations so that can traveler retrieve them. For all this procedure, I have written code in backend using Spring Boot framework. I'll show you that also. Using Spring Boot framework and APIs, which are nothing but get, post, put, delete, etc. Here, this backend application contains controllers, services, entities, and repositories. Controllers are the one which handles the request. Services in which will write logic for those requests, and repositories are the one which communicates with the database for to process the requests, to retrieve the data which we have stored in database. Here is the code for registration procedure. In user controller, we have the code for registration procedure. This is the request, and the logic is written in user service. This is the request. And the logic is written in user service, as you can see here. As well as the code for sign-in also written in sign-in controller and logic in sign-in service. Sign-in controller, this is the code for the sign-in, and the logic is written in. sign-in service. In sign-in controller, we are taking email and password as a input. As you can see here, we are taking email and password as the input. After going to sign-in service, once the email and password get hashed and validated, we will be going to the authentication services. Once these both email and password get validated, we will be going to the authentication services. Here, we'll create JWT token. JWT is nothing but JSON Web Token. JWTs are commonly used for authentication and information exchange in web applications, allowing secure transformation of data between a client and server. Usually it consists three parts: headers, payload, which is nothing but claims, signature. We also specify time for JWT token. Once the time get expired, we have to sign in again. This JWT token is for secured authentication. Here is the claims. I also specified the time. Wait a minute. Now front end. I have already shown you the home page by clicking on this. By clicking on the open server. After clicking on the open with live server, we'll get into this page. Register or login as admin and register or login as traveler. I'll show the front end code for registration and login. Specifically admin registration and login. Here we have a form which contains the email, password, city, user type. I'll tell you why we specified this user type later. In adminscript.js, we have written code for registration. Here we connected the front end with backend with this URL. We can see this API users, excuse me. Here with this URL, we have connected the front end with backend. Here you can see the API users and register. I'll show you this URL in backend. Wait a minute. As you can see here, this is the request mapping API users and register. And this is the endpoint. And here the method is post. Headers is the content type is JSON, which is nothing but JavaScript object notation, a lightweight data interchange format, which can easily understood. And as I said, method is earlier. After a successful registration, we will be redirected to the same page. Here you can see we will be redirected to the same page for sign in. Okay. For sign in also, it is similar to the registration. As I said earlier, once the email and password get validated, the JWT token will be created. Now I'll show you the demo for registration and login. Before this, I have to run this page application. Yeah, it started now. Open with live server. Register or login as an admin. User type admin. Setting. Now now click the register button. Again, we are redirected to the same page for to sign in. Sign in. Here, after a successful registration and login, we are redirected to the admin dashboard page. Here we have create vacation button and get all vacation button. I'll show the code for this create. Okay, wait a minute. Here the admin dashboard page. Once we click on the button create vacation, we'll be redirected to the admin script.js. From then we'll be redirected to create vacation.html here, this specific page, in which we have written a form which contains state, planning, budget per person. And again, we'll be redirected to admin script.js. And again, by this URL, we are connecting. Wait a minute. And again, by this URL, we are connecting front end to back end. And this is the code for the create vacation. This is similar to the login and registration. In sign in, we store the sorry, excuse me. Yeah, in sign in, we store the JWT in local storage. From then, we are for every operation, we are getting the JWT token from local storage. I'll show you the code for create in backend also, backend application also. I have written create vacation code in vacation controller. Here the code for create, the vacation is going to create only if the user type is equal to admin, as you can see here. And the logic has written in vacation service as well as. From the vacation service, we are accessing the vacation repository. Vacation repository. It extends JPA repository. Every repository extends JPA repository. It is the repository which communicates with the database. I'll show you the demo for create also. I have already registered, so I'll log in now. Create vacation. Here it contains state, plan, and budget per person. Create vacation. Now it's created. Or if you registered as a traveler instead of admin, the vacation is not going to be created. I'll show you this also. Wait. Now I'll register as a traveler instead of admin. Now we are going to see what will happen. Register and sign in. Now I'll create the vacation.
ఇప్పుడు ఆయన అందరికి చెప్పాలంటే
As
ఆయన
you
ఒక్కడి
can
దగ్గరికి
see
వెళ్ళి
here,
ప్రాక్టికల్ గా ఎవరైనా చెప్పడానికి కావాలి.
as you can see here, the vacation is not creating because
ఆయనేమో
I registered
ఫోన్
as a
అవినాష్ ఏమో నాకు ముందే చెప్పండి సార్, నేను బట్టలు
traveler.
సర్దుకొని రావాలి.
Because
ఆయనకి టిఫిన్ ఫుడ్ లంచ్ అంతా వాళ్ళే చూసుకుంటారు. 1 week.
yeah,
But
the vacation is not created because I registered as a traveler. After a successful creation, we'll be redirected to the dashboard page again. Okay. We will be redirected to the dashboard page again. As you can see here, the page is redirected to the dashboard page. Now it's get all vacations. The code for admin dashboard. Here now it's get all vacation. The code for get all vacations written in vacation controller in backend application, in vacation controller. Here also, only if the user type matches with admin, then only the vacation will be displayed on the screen. And the logic is written in vacation service. As you can see here, this is the code for get all vacations. From service, we are accessing vacation repository for the process, to process this particular request. The front end code for get all vacations dashboard. By clicking on this button, we'll be redirected to the admin-script.js page. From then again, we'll be redirected to get all vacations.html for this particular page. Here we are connecting front end to back end with this URL, and the method is get, and we are getting JWT token, which we have stored in local storage, and we're getting response in JSON format. And these are the operations the admin need to do. Create and get all vacations. These are the operations the admin can only do. Now it's traveler registration and login. The code and procedure is same for traveler as well, but here again we specified the user type. Here the user type should be traveler, then only the traveler can retrieve the vacations. I'll show you the demo for this traveler registration and login. The code, everything is similar, only the change here, the change is user type. Traveler. And it is redirected to the same page to sign in. Here you can see these are the operations that traveler can do. Get all vacations, get vacation by stay, get vacation by budget per person. After successful registration and login, the page will be redirected to traveler dashboard. Here we have get all vacations, get vacation by stay, get vacation by budget per person. These are all operations which the traveler can only do. We are going to discuss each one. Now get all vacations. The code is similar to previous get all vacations button in admin dashboard. The only change is user type, as I said earlier. Here only the traveler can retrieve vacations. So I'll show you the demo. I've already registered, so I'll going to log in or sign in, whatever. Now I'll click this button, get all vacations. Wait a minute. Excuse me. I'll clear these all tables, which are nothing but entities. And again, I'll run this backend application. Okay. Now I'll again create the vacation. So type. Wait a few minutes, if you don't mind. I'll create the vacation. Now it got created. I'll click the get all vacation button. And here we get the Telangana, which we have created before. Again, now I'll register as a traveler. So to perform get all vacation operation, the user type must be traveler. Then only we can retrieve the data. I'll click this button. It will work now. Yeah, it worked. So we'll go with the get vacation by state now. Here I have written the code for get vacation by state in user controller. Here, this is the request for vacation. The logic is written in service. From this, we are accessing the repository to process the request. From here, we are accessing vacation repository. By default, it contains all operations like create, post. Post is nothing but create, put, get, delete, etc. I'll show you the front-end code. From the traveler script.js, will be redirected to the vacation by state.html. Similar to the get all vacation code, but here we specified the state. As you can see here, we specified the state to get the destinated state. And connecting as usually and connecting the front end to back end with this URL. The method is get. All the remaining code is similar. And we have returned this display code to display the vacation, the desired vacation. And I'll show you the demo now. I'll sign in. Now I'll click this get vacation by state button. Yeah, we get the Telangana because we have only created Telangana vacation. Now get vacation by budget per person. As usually, we have returned the code in user controller. Here the request for vacation and the logic written in service. And from here, we are accessing repository to process the request. And from the traveler script.js will be redirected to get vacation by budget per person for this particular page. Similar to the get vacation by state code, we specified the budget here, like the state, we specified the budget. I have created the Telangana with 6,000, right? I'll change this now, 6,000. Yeah, we specified budget to get the vacation, desired vacation. Connecting front end to back end with this URL, the method is get and getting the JWT from local storage. And we have written the code for to display the vacations which are matched with the traveler input budget. And I'll show you the demo now. Again, I'm signing in. Now I'll click this get vacation by budget per person button. As you can see here, the Telangana state vacation and the budget is 6,000. Yeah. And this is the overall the project which I have done with the help of front end and back end. In conclusion, the vacation planner project is a comprehensive solution for users to plan their vacations seamlessly. Thank you for your attention. Would be happy to answer any questions you may have about the project. And thank you, Kranti sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my project with you all. And I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Avinash sir for his invaluable guidance, support, and encouragement throughout the project. Thank you all.